All right, good morning. Roy with CRR News and Clues here. Follow up on the trailer damaged doors, welding and so forth that done last weekend, finally uploaded last night. Here, did a little additional welding just to make sure there was no crack here on the bottom. It doesn't look too good, but it's holding. Up here, had to weld and grind it down a bit, re-weld, go across the welds to beef it up. Here I smoothed it back down for where the door comes against it, but I kind of overdid it and then didn't go back. Here, the screen cover of the previous video shows how I had to have strap running across from side to side here, pulling the wall together to get things lined up back to where they should have been. Here, this, touched it up after welding. Looks like crap because of struggles, but it has penetration, it's strong. And up inside here where there was a open gap where it didn't belong, that's thoroughly welded back together. I didn't bother to chip the slag off or anything. It took a long time to get everything lined up. This isn't for professional recommendations. This is just what I had to do to get it done. And it is back together. It's lined up and square. I've got the door closing. Where these are bent, I realized I don't have time to put a bar, but I took an old piece of 2x4 on each side. That one is crooked. Jammed it right in here between the fold-up door and the latch on both sides. We got this one over right here. Got what's this going on? Got somebody in a cowboy hat over here. Must be me. Cowboy Roy Rogers. Okay. Oh, inside. There was a crack here and in this area too. Well, when I went to looking at it more thoroughly, I found a strap of metal. So instead of fussing around with that could be weak again, you can see I bent the end of it by beating on the other side with a hammer to get the curve to match with where's the down drop here, and welded it on, then welded it to the upright, and okay, right there welded to that outer rail. This trailer does have a subframe beneath that framework, so it wasn't going to split apart, but I am not going to be a fool and take a chance of having things get worse with that caused by the damage from somebody ripping that back door off with a chain. Down in here was all kind of damage, and I welded the snot out of it to get it re-secured. All these gaps obviously will let not only bugs but mice in, so I'm gonna have to see if I've got some thin little trim board like that, or maybe some leftover plywood I can cut strips off of this morning. This here piece of sheet metal, I think I'm gonna put it here instead of mess with wood. I would like to have some more of that, but I don't know if I have anything like that laying around. I'm going to need to take time to add some new screws where the floorboards are raised up to keep stuff from getting past there. And of course, I'd rather not trip on that and fall on my face. Still got to put the corner panels back in and then properly secure them, not leave them all jagged and sticking out stupid. Like someone else did, that could have damaged whatever's being hauled, but more importantly, a person loading things into here. The light covers, I had to have them all off and the lights removed. We put sealer. Apparently my help forgot to put sealer in here. They did above there and right here where I had left gaps. I did it on the other side. Let's see if this side was completed. Yes, there's some there. I ran out of the gray, so we just put MP 125 instead of the gray MP1 master seal. So I'm going to have to get both of these corners resealed today. It busted wide open raining when it was finished with this last week. Got thoroughly soaked trying to move the trailer and vehicles around and get the one with the most windows underneath this old truck bay that built here out of used materials, and that the county was trying to ridiculously increase the value of the property, according to. Thankfully, we got that straightened out. The foam they've got here is apparently to keep from bumping against these screws. But I believe that's all today. Oh, these, where are we at? This handle here was screwed on the plywood back here. Well, look, that is just wood. There was another one down here and one. See how that flexes? There's no metal behind it. Along behind the screws is metal. And as you saw down on the floor level, and oop, I didn't run that screw back in. Right here, there's that line, and here's the other side of that wall brace. Well, thankfully, when I screwed this one up here to have something to anchor a ratchet strap on to pull that wall piece forwards, just like I had used one on the opposite side, I lined up with these screws, and it just so turns out that down here, there's the other side of that wall brace. So these screws are in it also, instead of only in the plywood, best I can tell. And so it's actually strong enough to secure something. I can go over here, drop down and figure out where to put the screws, come up and screw one of those on there, and I'll have a location to strap a appliance against the wall. There was 4 of those in here, so I'll probably put the others somewhere up front. And then I'm hoping to, at the very least, I'm going to put it so I can hook a darn hammock up here in the front if I got to use this for a place to get some rest, if I do long hauls, moving stuff or whatever. At some point this may get a little AC unit through the wall with a battery box mounted outside, cable through the wall to a power inverter in a box down low. I may build a folding rack here for whatever's being hauled, but also to fold it up out of the way, or put it down to throw me a little pool mattress or foam mattress on, to throw a sleeping bag on if I need a place to sleep. I'm hoping to put some kind of thin insulation up in this front section, maybe, even if no darn AC unit hanging out trying to rip the wall down, and be able to put a little fan or a heater and have some place to be able to have a place to sleep instead of a very uncomfortable front seat of a truck that I already know I can't handle. There's holes in the floor that would need sealed up. I'll probably just put some MP1 in there, or maybe cover them with something when I get to doing more. You've probably noticed I've got 2 spare tires. That rim over there isn't real good. Or wait, no, this one is okay also. This is one of the originals. I made sure I've got a second spare, so if I get somewhere and got to put one spare on and have problem with another, I can slap another one on. I don't want to be leaving a valuable trailer loaded with who knows what valuable inside on the roadside to go get a darn tire changed or something. And I've actually probably got one more spare that's not in as good a condition as those, if I had to use that as well. Keep that in mind for your personal use. I try to have 2 spares for every trailer, especially if they're a tandem or triple axle. I think I've got 3 for the triple axle gooseneck. And the little roof vent, I've considered finding a little 12-volt fan I can put up here by it. You can buy the whole assembly to switch out that's got a 12-volt fan, but I'm not spending that kind of money on something that gets used a few times a year. So anyway, done made it too long. Thanks for watching. For the informative videos I put to help others, please review those and share them out to everybody. I need to do another one regarding draft that is now implemented by Congress just yesterday on June 14th. Not only for our young men 18 to 26, but our young ladies as well. So you may want to speak up to your state legislators and see what you can do if you don't fully agree with our ladies being sent off to the grinder to meet the desires of politicians' investments into the industrial military manufacturing. Something's a little weird on the way this was mounted up here, but it is welded in place, so as long as it's still there tight to secure the back end. Thanks and take care, folks. Have a blessed day. Please try to be a blessing to others as well. You know, I don't believe in karma, but when you do right by your Creator, you tend to get blessed for it. Try to help your neighbors.